What kind of citizen am I? How well do we really understand our role as citizens? Hoover Senior Fellow Chester E. Finn Jr., leader of Hoover's Good American Citizenship Working Group and nationally recognized voice in education policy, introduces a new tool designed to answer that question. Currently in development, this innovative online self-assessment offers a quick 10-minute survey, asking users to reflect on their civic knowledge, participation in their communities, and personal civic values. Finn explains that the self-assessment can become a valuable tool for researchers and educators at the high school and college level to assess baseline understanding of civics and develop data about the civic values of the American populace.
This is the first of several quickie research talks meant to whet people's appetites to learn more about the research and/or development projects that are underway. Today I'm here to talk about what kind of citizen am I? And I have to learn to use the clicker. This is in the process of becoming an online self-assessment of what kind of citizen is a person. It is an exciting Hoover project at the prototype stage. Some people call it the mud hut stage. It'll be showcased and discussed at one of this afternoon's breakout sessions. Come if you would like to learn more. It is an online self-assessment that probes three aspects of one's citizenship: one's values and preferences on competing core principles, such as we've just been hearing about, one's knowledge of basic civics, and one's actual participation in civic and community activities. It's short, it's about 10 minutes to take, it provides immediate feedback. As the United States nears its 250th birthday, our mission with this project is several. It's to stimulate broad public attention to citizenship, it's to foster stronger citizenship and civic knowledge, it's to supply a tool that can be used in many settings, including by educators in schools and colleges, as part of civic education, as well as study and self-study, and to generate data for research and improvement efforts. In addition to a brief introduction, when you take it, you will find three sections, three domains of citizenship: what you believe, what you know, what you do, with reporting back to you after each section and at the end. What you believe is asked through pairs of competing principles, core principles of government. The 5 of them in all, but in the prototype version, we're focusing on the first 2 pairs. Are you more individually oriented or community oriented? Are you more keen for change or more devoted to tradition? Currently, we have 10 questions associated with each pair. Here's an example of 2 of them. One for each of the first 2 pairs, posed as statements that you agree or disagree with. In this case, individuals should prioritize their success and prosperity over that of the larger community, agree or disagree. And preserving historical values and cultural heritage is more important than adapting to social change, agree or disagree. There's 9 more questions in each case with each pair of competing principles. And here's an example of the feedback that you get in the current display version. There are 2 axes. The horizontal runs from individual to community, the vertical from change to tradition, yielding 4 quadrants. In this example, the assessment taker leans toward individualism and change, placing them in the quadrant that we're currently calling dynamic individualist, which we characterize in the prototype in these words: with treasuring personal freedom while welcoming social change. This is part of the feedback that you get. There's a lot of other things you can click on that will give you more feedback about yourself. Turning to the knowledge section, it's 10 random questions drawn from the U.S. naturalization test, that 100-question test that immigrants take to become citizens. And we rotate sets of 10 randomly through the system, each with multiple choice answers. I'm showing you 2 examples right now. Obviously, this one is about the Pledge of Allegiance, and this one is about the authorship of the Federalist Papers. And here is a hypothetical report back for a person who got one wrong. on the 10 questions on the knowledge part, which also supplies them with the correct answer to the one that they got wrong. Switching to the civic engagement section, it asks 8 questions, such as, for example, how often did you volunteer in the last year, with answers ranging from every day to not at all. You'll see 8 responses, one for each, showing how your answer compares to a national sample, in this case, drawn from census data gathered for AmeriCorps. In this example, the assessment taker said less than once a month, which turns out to be, for better or worse, the most frequent census answer, less than once a month on volunteer. So that's the bare bones. We would welcome advice for improving it as we go forward. After pilot testing the Mud Hut version, then we'll be developing it further, probably putting it on a different technology platform. We plan to make it public in advance of 2026 to disseminate it widely and to continue improving it. Come to our breakout session if you'd like more, and if you've had enough on self-assessments, consider the breakout session on lessons for civic education from the recent election, including important new data from my Hoover colleagues, Doug Rivers and Ben Ginsberg. Thank you very much, and on to the next panel.